Steve Jobs is directed by Danny Boyle and is written by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote such movies as The Social Network and Moneyball. And it stars Michael Fassbender, Kate Winslet, Seth Rogen, amongst many other people, Jeff Daniels. So, big cast, nice cast, and is about three of the biggest product launches of Steve Jobs' career. It tells you what's going on behind behind the scenes, and how he had conflicts with his daughter, and such arguments with people from the company, and all that fun stuff before he goes on stage and unveils a new product. And I was incredibly excited for this because it was getting a lot of Oscar buzz. People were loving it. Michael Fassbender is playing Steve Jobs, because who doesn't want to see that? I mean, that's awesome. And I loved it. It is one of my favorite movies of the year. And let's start with this. So, first of all, Danny Boyle directs this movie fantastically. It's brilliantly directed. It's very well crafted. It's very well written. It's beautifully performed by everyone. Michael Fassbender is awesome. The supporting cast, such as Kate Winslet, Jeff Daniels, they were all great. And I loved Seth Rogen as Steve Wozniak. I forgot the name. I forgot his name. How to pronounce it at the moment, but sorry. But he was great. Yeah, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen was really good. And it's also very exciting for a dialogue movie. It's dialogue driven, but it is so well written with such great energy, and I just thought that was fantastic. And everything is done with an urgency. Every conversation that he has, it almost gave me that Birdman feel, though they're nothing alike. It kind of gave me that feel. And the cinematography and score also elevate those conversations to be very intense, and it elevates the material in general. Thought that was all great. That was all very well handled. And the stuff with his daughter was very well handled, I feel. And that's just me, but it was very well handled. It didn't feel forced. Nothing felt forced about it. That was all great. And I love the choice that Danny Boyle made to film the first act in 16mm film and the second act in 35mm film, then the third one in digital, to show the progression in time and technology. Thought that was fantastic the way he did that. That was one of the best choices he made for this movie, and that was just all done fantastically. And you really noticed it too. I mean, you kind of got to know about that before you go in to actually really notice it. But that was a nice little detail in there, and I'm glad they didn't just didn't shoot the whole thing in film digital. So, very smart move on Danny Boyle's part there. And yeah, my only problems with Steve Jobs is that in the second act the pacing isn't as good as the first and third acts pacing, but it's still good. I mean, it's never boring. It's always an exciting and consistently moving movie, and I feel the pacing was really good. But just for that second act, it was a little it was just wasn't quite as good. And the 3-act structure of 3 different product launches, great idea. It works, but it felt like it didn't have a complete arc. The movie itself didn't feel like it had a complete arc. It just kind of put you in the situation in the beginning, and it's just like, watch this. Watch 3 different product launches. But this movie isn't to tell the life story of Steve Jobs. It's to give you his personality, the good things about him, the bad things about him. There's a lot of bad things about him, but there's also some good behind him, and you feel that he isn't a complete dickbag, and that he's still a lovable guy, but he had problems. We'll just say that much. But it encapsulates that perfectly. I thought that was awesome. So overall, Steve Jobs, it's one of the best movies of the year. I loved it. And I'm going to give Steve Jobs an A minus. Alright, so that's my review of Steve Jobs, and this review is dedicated to my friend Nate's guinea pig, Mo, who is, I hope I pronounced that right. Please say I pronounced that right. Mo, I hope I pronounced that right. But here's a picture of Mo, I hope. I'll just say this guinea pig. And this guinea pig, Mo, I hope is how I'm pronouncing it right, passed away today, and I felt like I needed to acknowledge it, and this review is dedicated to Mo. I hope I said that right, otherwise I'm going to look like a complete fool. But, rest in peace. I'll take a moment of silence for the guinea pig. That's all I'm going to say. Mo, I hope. Alright, moment of silence is over. So, yeah, Rip Mo. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay. Nate, if I pronounce that wrong, just tell me. Correct me if you need to. I will pronounce that right, though. So rest in peace, and yeah, feel better, Nate. And so yeah, I got a review of Metal Gear Solid coming your way really soon. I'm shooting it right after this, and that's really it for now. I mean, nothing else really. So yeah, that's my review of Steve Jobs. So peace.